tutorial, I'm going to show you how to factor a trinomial with a leading coefficient other than 1 by grouping. So we have the trinomial 6x squared plus 13x minus 5. So to factor by grouping, our first step is to look for any common monomial factor that I could pull out, which in this case there isn't anything. So we have to move on to step 2. Step 2 is to take your a and c values and multiply them together. So 6 times negative 5, we get a negative 30. And what we want to do is we want to look for factors of negative 30 that add together to be my b value, which is a positive 13. So because this is a negative number, we know that to get a negative you have to multiply a positive times a negative. So I could have something like 1 times 30 where either the 1 is negative or the 30 is negative. I'm not going to list out all of the negative. I'm just going to list out the factors and we can play with the negatives from there. So we also have 2 and 15, 3 and 10, and 5 and 6. So if we look at these, we're looking for something to add together to be a positive 13, keeping in mind that one of these numbers in each pair would have to be negative. And if I look at this, I can see a positive 15 and a negative 2 would equal a positive 13. So our job is to split the middle here. So we're going to split the middle, split the 13x into a negative 2x and a positive 15x. So we're going to rewrite this as 6x squared minus 2x plus 15x minus 5. So we haven't changed the value of this at all. We've just rewritten the positive 13x as a positive 15x and a negative 2x. Now, I wrote it in this order and it looks like it's going to work out, but you need to be able to group these in a way so that you have a pair of 2 terms and another pair of 2 terms that you can factor by grouping. So in this set, I know that I can factor out a positive 2x, and I'm left with 3x minus 1. And in this set, I can factor out a positive 5, and I'm left with 3x minus 1. So this factors to be 2x plus 5 times the quantity 3x minus 1. So we have now factored the trinomial without the ways that I've shown you by guess and check. Now we have a solid method that we can follow. So let's try one more. We have negative 4r squared minus 18r minus 18. I don't typically prefer to work with negatives, so if I could factor out a negative number here, that would be great. And I have a 4, 18, and 18. I know a common factor here is negative 2. So I'm going to factor out a negative 2 so that I can work with 2r squared plus 9r plus 9. This negative 2 will have to be there in the end. We can't just drop it and pretend like it wasn't a part of the original problem. But now we can focus on the 2r squared plus 9r plus 9. So again, we need to zero in on the a and the c value, the new ones, now that negative 2 has been factored out. So we have 2 times 9, that's going to be 18. So we're looking for factors of 18 that are going to add together to be a positive 9. So we have 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, oh, and right there we can see it, it's 3 and 6 because 3 plus 6 is 9. So I'm going to still keep the negative 2 out here, and I'm going to put in a set of brackets, and we're going to split 9r to be 2r squared plus 3r plus 6r plus 9. And if I look at this, I need to figure out, well, is this enough? Can I factor something common out of each of these? So it looks like I could factor out an r from the first set. So we would have r times the quantity 2r plus 3. And I could factor a 3 out of the second set. So plus 3 times the quantity, whoops, I forgot that number, 2r plus 3. So we do get the same thing in each one, and remember that negative 2 is still out front. So in the very end, we're going to write the negative 2 times the quantity r plus 3 times the quantity 2r plus 3. So now we have factored this polynomial completely into negative 2 times the quantity r plus 3 times the quantity 2r plus 3.